What's going on, guys? It's Clippy here and welcome to the first Ashes test match. Today we've won the toss. We're going to have a bat first and I'm just deciding whether I'm going to do basically the whole test or if I'm going to split it up into two lots. So have obviously the first innings, the first two innings, and then have the second two innings in a video later on. Just depends on how many highlights, how many wickets, how many runs and stuff we do manage to go and get. So my side is, I guess, pretty... Oh man, whoever this is, the England bowler's just absolutely taken down someone. My side is pretty stock standard from what you would come to expect from an Australian team. Hilton Cartwright is in the side. He was selected just due to his good form. It was either going to be him or maybe Mitchell Marsh in there after what he has done in the Ashes series to date so far. But we've gone with... I can't even remember. Hilton Cartwright, there's the one. Dave Warner up the top. Renshaw opening ahead of Cam Bancroft. He's possibly a guy I could have looked to bring in to open or possibly even bat down in that 5 or 6 position. Uzi Khawaja at 3, Steve Smith at 4, Hanscom at 5, Cartwright, as I said already, at number 6. And then we do have Benny McDermott at number 7. The bowlers are the same bowlers that Australia have rocked with for the first 3 Ashes tests. I'm recording this in advance, remember. So by the time it does come round, I think we would have had the Boxing Day test as well. And possibly we have started on the 5th test match as well. So we'll have to wait and see what does go and happen there and what Australia do in terms of bowling. Possibly heading to Sydney for that 5th test. They might possibly look at playing a second spinner in the side. We will have to wait and see. Possibly Glenn Maxwell may get included just for that all-round spin and batting capability, I guess you would say, as Wokes has come in. I think this is one of his... No, I was going to say one of his early overs, but it's actually his 8th. He does manage to pick up Warner for a very well-made 72 off of just 41... sorry, what am I saying? 72 off 41. That would be an amazing 2020 knock, but 72 off about 120-odd, which does mean that we do now have... Uzi Khawaja, who we know has been in very good form in the Indian series. So we'll be looking for him to try and carry that on here, which he hasn't been able to go and do because Jake Ball has got his wicket as well. In comes Steve Smith. We'll be hoping to replicate his form in the Ashes so far. He has been very, very impressive, it must be said. So fingers crossed we can go and do that. Renshaw is hanging in there as well. One thing, and we will... If he gets there, I don't want to say he will get there, but if he gets to that 50, we will have a quick look at his stats to date so far. He's nudged that one away into the offside and has picked himself up 50. So I think he's got a top score. I think he's only got 100. So 100, which was 184, it was massive. But then 750s as well in the space of 19 innings is a very good result. You'll be very happy with that. It means that basically in almost 50% of those innings, he has gone and passed 50. So that's very solid for your guy up top. He basically knows his role in the team. He's there, I guess, to just drop anchor. And that is exactly what he has gone and done here. He's striking very low, strike rate down at about 20, and he does have those hitters obviously coming in around him. And if he, I mean, to be fair, if Renshaw can just bat all day for me, he's going to, not today, because he has, as I said, been striking at a very low strike rate, but he will probably look at scoring 100 if he bats for the entirety of the day. So he's done a very good job. The guys around him have done a very good job as well. And I think Australia would definitely be the happier of these two teams heading into day number 2 because we are only 2 wickets down. The run rate is a little bit low, you'd have to say. But at the end of the day, only 2 wickets down, really grinding down, I guess, this Australian attack, and we'll be looking to continue to try and do that. Smithy has played that one away. I think that is actually his 50 as well, so that's coming off 104 deliveries, so you've got to be happy with that. And the end of day 1 has seen Australia take a 237-run lead in there. Remember, they are only 2 wickets down, and Renshaw has moved into the 90s as well. So he'll be looking to try and convert, get over the line, grab himself that 100 if he can, and I think that is what he has done with this pull shot to the leg side. So well done, Matty Renshaw, picking up his 2nd 100 in his test career. He will be absolutely pumped with that. And now, just got to keep going. I think we just keep going, continue to grind away at this England bowling attack and just tire them out, bat for as long as we can, which is exactly what it looks like we're doing. And remember, we do have some good hitters coming in later on in the piece. So Steve Smith has already started. He said, time to go and up this run rate, time for me to go and get my 100 as well. He's moved into the 80s. And he'll just continue to look to try and bully this, I was going to say Australian, but this English bowling attack, which is what he has done for most of the summer to date so far. So Renshaw, very happy with him. I mean, he's just stuck in there. He has struck at a very low strike rate. He's picked it up a little bit, up into the 30s now. But it just shows, I guess, the mental toughness of the kid, that he can hang around for that long and just continue to try and, well, continue to score boundaries. So you got to be happy with that. Steve Smith glances that one away off the legs. He is going to pick himself up 100 as well. That coming off 200 or so deliveries. So fairly slow for Steve Smith. But you'd have to say now that we are coming out after this lunch break, once things start to go and get a bit more confident, when the batters start to get a bit more confidence, which you know what, they've got quite a bit now, we're going to put this aggression up, try and start to get these runs a little bit quicker. I'm hoping it means that these players don't go and give their wickets away, because they have been very good in this innings to date so far. Renshaw has finally gone for 135. You've got to be happy with that. He played an absolute cracker of a knock, as is Steve Smith, and he has been cleaned up in the same over as well. So probably need to make sure that we do still go and get a decent total on the board, because we did start off very well, it must be said. And we don't really want to go and try and throw it away here. We do have two very good natural stroke makers in at the crease in the form of Hanscom and Hilton Cartwright. But possibly after we lose this wicket, we might even look at declaring, just because we have been batting quite slow, and we do want to make sure that we give ourselves an opportunity not only to bowl at England in the second innings, but to have a bowl at them with enough time in the fourth innings as well, because that is when I'm hoping that the pitch is going to start to crack up. We're going to get Nathan Lyon coming in, and he is going to be absolutely incredible. So Hanscom gone for 17. Ben McDermott, an average of 120. How crazy is that? That shows you what not outs do. He's had a very good start, it must be said, to his Test career. And all of a sudden, after a very good partnership between Renshaw and Smith, things have started to stale out a little bit. We're still going to make our way towards that 400 mark, but we've probably lost, to be fair, a few more wickets than we would have liked, with being 6 down now compared to where we were. And I think with Cummins going and getting out here, LBW, that was very, very plumb. We are going to call the innings there, come in. We've given ourselves, I don't think we've actually got, okay, so we've basically got an over, it must be said. And I'm going to keep the field like this. We've got an over, basically, before the interval that Cook and Keaton Jennings, surprisingly, in the side ahead of Mark Stoneman. And we will, now that we have a chance, have a quick look at this England side. So Joe Root at 3. James Vince has been playing there at the moment for the Australians. Bairstow at 4, which I think is a bit high for him. Gary Ballance is in the side at number 6. Moeen Ali at 7. Moeen Ali at 5. Ben Stokes at 7. And then Wokes, Broad, Ball, and Anderson, which I believe was the pace quartet what they went with in that first Ashes Test. And I was going to say, if we can try and sneak one there, I think we may have actually got away with one, to be fair, against Alistair Cook there. But we will take it. And Hazelwood has come in and picked up the other opener, Jennings, in the very next over. So we've got 2 new batsmen in at the crease, and you've got to be happy with that. Just to try and keep it going. So I think we can possibly look to try and take apart this England side, especially in that middle order. I think that's a little bit weak, especially with Balance there. I think Moeen Ali, probably number 5, is a little bit too high for him. And no, Mitchell Starc has been injured. I hope he can bloody come back into the bowling attack. That was my fault for trying to push him too far and try and get him to go too far. So we're going to bring Hazelwood off, because we can't really afford to have him go down as well. We'll bring Cartwright in as the second change. It'll be interesting to see how he does go, because you've got to remember that number 6 position is definitely up for grabs in the form of, I mean, Mitch Marsh can come in. We can play Glenn Maxwell if the pitch is starting to turn a little bit. It definitely does go and give us those options. So we'll just go and play through. And Cummins, I believe, has picked up Johnny Bairstow just before, to be fair, just before stump. So that is a huge wicket in the concept of the game, and we will definitely go and take that. If we could pick up Joe Root as well, that would be absolutely amazing. But day 2 is done and dusted. We still see Australia leading by 287 runs, and I'm really hoping that, no, Mitchell Starc looks as though he is gone for the game. So that is a huge loss to lose him at such a crucial time. Hopefully it's not a long-term injury, and he will be back for not only the second innings, but the rest of the series as well. Fingers crossed, because otherwise I'm not too sure who we are really going to go and try and replace him with. We've got Nathan Kuntunal in the squad at the moment as the 12th man here today, so he would be probably the obvious choice to come back in, but it's a hard one. It is a tough one who we do manage to go with. Mitchell Starc is obviously, he's our spearhead. He is the leader of the attack, and to lose him, I'm really, really annoyed with myself that we've actually gone and done that. So fingers crossed it doesn't hurt us in the long run. I guess England will probably be looking at this and saying that Australia are now down a seam bowling option, it must be said. But hopefully, as I said, it is not going to come back and haunt us. Hopefully, we will be able to still go and get the job done, get ourselves a decent total, and that's going to be some buys for Joe Root. So, I was going to say not looking too comfortable, and Hazelwood has gone and picked us up the big wicket there. Gary Ballance in now, which will be perfect for Nathan Lyon bowling to these two left-handers. And he'll be hoping to try and get some turn because the pitch does look as though it is starting to break up just a touch. Joshy Hazelwood, again, just so consistent, this bloke. He just puts it on the spot. He'll get you wickets. Time and time again, he will get you wickets. Not obviously as fast as Starc and Cummins, but he still just manages to get the job done with his accuracy and his consistency. So I'm hoping that Nathan Lyon can go and do the same here because he has now bowled 14 overs. He's been pretty expensive going at just over 4 runs and over and hasn't picked us up a wicket as of yet. So that we will be looking to try and change coming into the next session, which is actually session 2 of day 3. So I'd probably say after this, even if we haven't bowled England out by the end of this day, that we will wrap it up and we will do days 4 and 5 as a separate episode later down the track. But we do have the new ball coming in 10 overs time, so it might be time now to bring back Hilton Cartwright. England are doing it quite easy at the moment, to be fair, with Moeen Ali, and I'm trying to think who else is in at the other end. Gary Ballance, the two left-handers. We were really looking to try and take apart, it must be said, this middle order, and Cartwright has just been absolutely carted all around the park. So that, as I said, is something that needs probably a bit of work heading into the next game. Will he play? We will have to wait and see because he has gone for 52 off his 8 overs so far. So definitely need to work on that. Definitely need him to either start picking up some wickets or delivering a bit more with the bat. I know it was a difficult situation for him to come into. However, he should have looked to try and stick around and obviously mix, I guess, that aggression with that defence as well. So this has been a great partnership by these two. The new ball is just 3 overs away, and you'd have to say that that is hopefully going to be our saving grace. Remember, England do still need to bat on this pitch later on days 5. Well, days 4 and days 5, you would have to say. I'm hoping that we can get something. That there is a bonus wicket. Balance gone just before the new ball. It is only 1 over left away. And Cartwright has done the job. He's picked us up that wicket that we desperately needed. So we will definitely take that. One more would be absolutely amazing. It's not going to happen, though. We are going to see a late burst by both Pat Cummins and Josh Hazelwood. Hopefully, they can get this new ball to swing and they can go and get the job done. Because Moeen Ali, I said number 5 was too high for him. He's currently 87 at the moment. And England will be looking here, you would say, to probably overtake Australia and grab themselves a lead heading into the second innings of this contest. So we are going to have to try and roll through, it must be said, these last 5 wickets at a good rate. But it just doesn't seem to be happening at the moment. Moeen Ali, never am I slagging you off again, son, because you have just gone and hit yourself 100. Well done for that. The tea interval is here. Once again, no wickets, and missing Mitchell Starc is a huge loss. It is a huge, huge loss in the context of the game. Essentially now we are a bowler down, and it means that Cartwright is going to have to bowl a hell of a lot more, which is not something that I really wanted to do. But I think it's time to bring in Lyon, bring back in Cartwright. Remember, they did pick up, or Cartwright, sorry, did pick up a wicket just before the new ball was due. And I'm really hoping that we can try and get something and try and, I guess, restrict this England lead, which is looking as though they are going to go and get now. Going at a much better run rate than us, it must be said. They're going at just under 4, whereas we were going at about 2.5 for majority of the innings. And England do just need, I was going to say, the 1 run. I believe the scores are tied. Hanscom has got his second catch. Cartwright has actually got his second wicket as well. So after being expensive to start off with, he has brought it back since then with 2 wickets. So we'll be looking to, well, I don't want to say that we're looking to Hilton Cartwright from wickets. We're looking towards Paddy Cummins and Josh Hazlewood to go and step up. Cummins hasn't taken a wicket in this game to date so far. Neither has Nathan Lyon. So 2, I guess, of the more experienced, more explosive bowlers, the wicket-taking bowlers, haven't gone and got the job done here today. Really want to go and try and wrap up through this tail if we can. I think once we get past Wokes, there isn't really a whole lot of batting left to come. So he is the big wicket. Moeen Ali's the big wicket as well. And we just need something to be fair, because otherwise we are going to be chasing a very big total, and it's not going to be looking good for the remainder of the Ashes. So you've got 40 minutes left to go until stumps. We are going to bring back Hazlewood and Paddy Cummins to try and pick ourselves up a wicket of some sort. Moeen Ali has moved on in the meantime to 150, and there's one there. So Cummins gets his first of the... sorry, he gets his second. What am I saying? Which is very much needed, as I said, and there is just 3 overs left to go in the day. Stuart Broad, Jake Ball, and James Anderson are the last 3 guys left to come for the English, and I just want something. I just need a wicket of some kind. Moeen Ali has been very impressive in this first innings for the English. And as we can see at the moment, the way things are lining up heading into day 4 is that England have a lead of 88 runs. This game probably looks destined to be going for a draw unless we can grab ourselves some quick runs up the top and then look to try and exploit and get through this England batting lineup in their second innings, when hopefully the pitch is going to have all different kinds of demons in there. But anyway, guys, do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please remember to leave a like. If you are new, please do subscribe. And until next time, ka kite anoa. See you soon.